Hi, I'm Garry from Gogo Coin, and this is 26 Questions with Garry.
Sign up with MEXC.com today through the link that you see in the description box or the QR code on your screen and get 20% off trading fees. Also, don't forget to subscribe and smash that like button.
Hey, Garry, thank you for coming over to the interview. Super excited to have you here today. How's it going?
Yeah, it's going pretty well. Thank you very much.
Awesome. Nice. Okay, we have a very loyal community that would like to ask you some questions. They're eager to learn more about your project. So if you're ready, I can go ahead and ask you one by one.
Yeah, let's do it.
So the first question, of course, is what is GOGO?
Sure. So GOGO Coin is constructing the most user-friendly open source DeFi protocol for asset management and savings. We're offering basically a frictionless user experience, powered by awesome invisible tech that includes on-chain automation, simple one-click interactions for DeFi, and advanced security, for instance, with our NFT smart vaults.
Thank you for clarifying that one. Moving on with question number 2. So, can you tell us about your team members and their success or experience?
We're a team of 25 professionals spread across actually 3 continents, deep crypto and DeFi expertise and with roots in banking, finance, tech, arts, entertainment, gaming, as well as basically 10 years of experience in building billion-dollar tech companies and startups.
Yeah, it's very nice that you have them listed on the website. I really like when a project is open and transparent in this way and nobody's hiding anything, so to speak.
Yeah.
Cool.
That's the goal.
Nice. Okay, moving on with question number 3. What is the motivation for starting to build GOGO Coin?
So I guess one of the biggest motivations is that if you look at current DeFi protocols and the general DeFi ecosystem, you'll get a feeling that it might be a bit too complex for most people or normal users to interact. So we believe with DeFi, or DeFi in general, should be accessible to everyone, regardless of their background or I guess technological skill set. So what's the point of crypto since its inception? That everyone should break free from, I guess, the restraints of centralized finance or TradFi.
Yes, and I agree with you that DeFi should be simplified and open to the masses. Right now, it's not that of an easy topic for one to grasp, especially if you're new to the crypto industry. There's a lot of learning curves, so to speak. So the more simplistic it is, the more people get it, the better it would be to adopt it in general. Okay, cool. Question number 4. Are all targets in accordance with the current roadmap? And what are the next steps that will be taken in the future?
That's a very good question. So yes, we're working very hard, to fulfill the goals, the roadmap. And the next immediate things that are on there are actually yield optimization farms for blue chip tokens such as Bitcoin, Ethereum, Matic that will be able to earn interest for the user. Obviously, we're running a DAO in the background. That's the legal entity. And we're gonna start with the governance proposals based on that structure. Also, we're gonna then build out the version 2 of our product and our dApp that will make things way easier to use and to interact with. Also, we're planning a centralized exchange listing and we'll be announcing something shortly. Other than that, we have a mobile focus in terms of that, we're gonna shift most likely pretty soon to being mobile first rather than being web focused as we are now and as are most actually DeFi protocols. Then also something, 2 important things on our roadmap are having a lending and borrowing feature in collaboration actually with a trusted partner. That's something super exciting. And finally, I guess the V3 launch that will come obviously after the V2 launch, which will have the NFT smart vaults and certain other security features.
Quite a packed roadmap, I must say. Cool. Question number 5. Can you share with us the story behind the name GOGO Coin?
Sure. So we originally came from the metaverse, I guess, because we started initially an NFT project that was for a short period of time, a top trending NFT collection under, I think, top 15 trending NFT collections on OpenSea called Crypto Gogos. I guess GOGO Coin's genesis came from exactly that idea of, merging the power of NFTs and the technological ability of those with a DeFi protocol that is user-friendly, wants to become like a top of class this app.
Yeah, that was a good start. To be trending as an NFT collection is definitely something that, it gives you a great boost as a company at first, right? Because it gives you exposure, and that's easier then to build on top of that. Especially, if you start early when the NFT boom, so to speak, was flourishing, like last year, for example. It's still now. I mean, it's still going to be ongoing, of course, but last year was like the hype of the things. Moving on to question number 6. Do you guys really have an Amazon Prime checkout button for DeFi? If so, that would be really cool. Could you please explain more about what this means?
This checkout bot will be going live with the version 3 of our protocol. If you read our light paper or check out our product demo on the landing page, GOGOcoin.io, you will see that with one click, our protocol will essentially set up your account, have a non-custodial wallet set up for you on a virtual machine, and then an NFT smart wallet being set up that essentially stores the private keys for the user, so you can securely deploy the funds into one of those vaults that we offer of your choice, and then essentially be exposed and earn interest on the various DeFi protocols.
Very well, guys. Make sure you check out the light paper in more detail. Obviously, we cannot go over all of it through our interview, but there's a lot of stuff to consider. So yeah, make sure you go to gogocoin.com and click on, .io, and click on the light paper right here. Alrighty, moving on with the next question. Question number 7. While reading about your smart vault, I noticed that now creating a wallet for some people is quite complicated, especially with initial phrases and so on. So users can create safes with Gogo, and what are they used for? When the safe is made, what services would you propose with it? You mentioned briefly about the vaults. Perhaps you have something more to add regarding that.
So we see as NFTs being another layer of security and decentralization in general, but also in particular to our protocol. So you'll be able to connect actually your user profile, which could be based on one of your user identifiers, meaning an email address, for instance, to the vault by something known as a one-click sign-in or passwordless sign-in, aka magic links, I guess. If you need to reset your access for some reason, we will employ something known as social recovery, where you name 3 trusted parties, could be family, friends, whoever that you trust, and they will be able to reset actually this access to the vault that essentially will be storing your keys, and essentially then in turn manages your tokens and the strategies that you invest in. So it's a bit similar to Gnosis multi-sig setup, and I guess that's one of the safest options in DeFi right now when it comes to self-custody. I think the Argent wallet is using something similar, or Harmony's One Wallet.
And just out of curiosity, the social recovery, is that your thing, like that you completely came up with, or was it there's something similar that you adopted the concept from?
No, full disclosure, we have not came up with that concept. It has been already around, but for some weird reason, it hasn't been used that often yet, which bears the question why. Do users maybe don't care about self-custody as we think they should? I definitely think more protocols should deploy, social recovery mechanism.
Yeah, that's true. Actually, another question that pops up to this, which is a cool idea. I actually personally have never heard about the social recovery before. Don't even know of projects from the top of my head that do so. But if you were to do so, and let's say you need a person that you can trust, but what if at some point your relationship with that person go bad? What do you do then?
No, of course. Well, I guess that's life. Obviously, choose your friends wisely, or you can't maybe choose your family, but you definitely can choose your friends. So yeah, maybe make sure you use someone from family that you definitely trust, and then someone, like a spouse, or, your childhood friend, or someone that depends on you. I guess it's still better than putting something on a piece of paper and potentially losing it, right? Because then you can't ask anyone, hey, can you help me out? Or you can't influence anyone, or can't I guess be friends with someone to recover that, because then it's gone forever. But yeah, of course it's not perfect, but I think it comes pretty close to being one of the safest ways to do this.
Plus, it's not like you're dependent on one friend, right? You have several of them, so it's not like you become the enemy of the state in one day and everybody hates you. So question number 8, what do you mean by GOGOcoin being the doorway to DeFi?
So our mission is clearly, to onboard the next wave of users to DeFi, because we do think DeFi will replace certain industries rather sooner than later. And it has to be uniquely accessible, I guess, elegant and intuitive in terms of UI and UX. And that's definitely something we want to do. And that's what we mean by, being the doorway.
Like that. Looking at the utility of the GOGO token as a governance function, could you describe the governance model of the GOGO ecosystem?
Sure. The voting power, I guess, to participate in our governance will be calculated using a formula that takes all users' contributions actually into account. So this includes, the number of governance tokens that you hold, the amount of tokens locked, the duration, as well as the number of, LP tokens. So if you provide liquidity, for instance, that you hold, it's a formula that kind of rewards the users essentially that are most active.
I understand that GOGOcoin is an NFT DeFi crossover, building the world's first decentralized asset manager with segregated funds on-chain. In your opinion, what are the main features that GOGOcoin has and is different from other similar projects?
Okay, so version 1 that is live already, that you can explore by visiting GOGOcoin.io, you can actually drag and drop the pools instead of clicking on deploy assets or connect. So that's something I think many people haven't seen yet in DeFi, which just makes the interface a bit more elegant and easier to use. In version 2, we're planning on having on and particularly off ramps. So meaning you can deploy fiat into the platform, also remove fiat back into credit card, bank account, wherever. Something also not many DeFi protocols haven't done so far. And version 3, which will be, I guess, the most sophisticated version of all those 3 versions, will have, numerous exciting features such as, a one-click DeFi interface, essentially, that we spoke about, the wallet proxies together with the NFT smart vaults, advanced security, and those investment vaults will be more automated and managed by, different strategies depending on from low risk to dynamic risk, depending on your risk profile.
Thank you. Could you elaborate on the awesome invisible tech mentioned on your website?
So at present, we actually have a really cool feature known as zapping. So you can use one token, for instance, USDC, and then zap it into a farm and then create an LP position that will divide automatically the USDC half into USDC and the other half into the GOGO token. And then you can stake it. So rather than going through an exchange, so you can do that already basically with one click. But the real invisible tech will be actually coming in version 3 of our protocol, and this will include basically the non-custodial wallet proxies and the NFT smart vaults. This means users will be in full control of their assets while being able to I guess access them by the click of a button, by just using their email address and one-time password. So that's pretty cool, and I think this is something we're still missing.
Yeah, and I actually really like the zapping feature even now. I mean, with version 2, it's really cool because it's quite a hurdle to go on the DEX and then put 50 of that and then wait. It's not really convenient. And that's what we were talking about just a couple of minutes back, that it's about smoothing out the process, making it more simpler, just like we have it right now in Web 2.0 era, right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Moving on to question number 12. The DeFi ecosystem is heating up with lots of competitors. What are the comparative advantages GOGOcoin has over other projects? And where do you see yourself as the leaderboard in the next 2 years? Well, you covered some of that already. Perhaps you have something more just to add there.
So as far as we know, there's no one protocol that does exactly the same thing. But as we try, to be kind of this confluence of, or decentralized confluence of Web 2 and Web 3. For the strategies we're going to be offering in terms of, routing to, you could, I guess, compare us to something like Enzyme or Stake DAO, but obviously with a quite different interface and user experience, utilizing, blue chip protocols, lending protocols, such as Aave or Yearn, etc. So combining those routing options to different tier 1 DeFi protocols together with the Web 2 look and feel, this is something I think not many protocols are actually doing right now.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, how is Gogo Coin solving a DeFi's current problems? Do you think Gogo Coin will make a difference in DeFi in the future? Again, yeah, also overlaps with some of the previous answers you had.
As I said before, DeFi protocols at the moment are quite complex to understand. Some are designed on purpose like that. Especially for newcomers, it's really a mission to get onboarded. So we try to, tackle exactly that problem and onboard the masses. So people that maybe don't have such a sophisticated understanding of the space and don't even know the differences of, different blockchains or understand exactly how gas fees work, but still want to participate because they know something is happening and they want to be part of that.
Cool. What kind of partnerships with different projects, platforms, protocols can we expect from your project in the future?
So far we have partnered with Polygon Studios on our NFTs and actually Orion Money. And we have lots of exciting tier 1 partnerships in the pipeline. So definitely stay tuned. And, we're going to announce a couple of them already later in March, and then in the coming weeks. So we have quite a big pipeline of really cool announcements soon.
Cool. And yeah, guys, we'll drop the links down in the description box so you can go ahead and follow GOGOcoin and all their updates. So make sure you don't miss out on that. Question number 15. As I go through Twitter, you guys have expressed an interest in the growing DeFi ecosystem on Cardano. So why is Cardano an interesting blockchain to GOGOcoin, and what other blockchains are you exploring?
So we have launched on Polygon, staying true to Polygon, but eventually, obviously, we believe in a cross-chain future and cross-chain operability. I guess Cardano's potential scalability and gas price and degree of decentralization with the newer updates can be quite interesting because they have a very loyal community, and I think it's all about communities these days. So this gets us quite excited, and but we're also super bullish, I guess, on Terra, Phantom, other newer blockchains such as Metis.
Okay, I think a lot of people here are quite interested in the GOGO token, both utility and structure. How does GOGO work as a utility token for the network, and how does it benefit the network and its owners?
So GOGO tokenomics are designed, to create really a positive feedback to drive, the economical growth of the protocol. It's essentially, a key to the value accrual that will happen or is happening already, and essentially the management, I guess, of the DAO and the protocol. So one part of that are like long-term mechanisms to reward our token holders. For instance, the fees that we gather from our users, 50% of them will be burned. And to achieve that, we use, for instance, the rewards that we get from the USDC pool that we're currently offering, and put that revenue into a buyback and burn mechanism. So the GOGO token is essentially being bought on the market or via DEX, and then most of it is being burned.
Okay. Do you consider community feedback or requests during the creation of your product in order to expand on fresh ideas?
Yeah, it's all about user research, right? So we continue to do so and, use those findings and the learnings to develop our protocol constantly.
Okay. Question number 18. How do you aim to revolutionize the field of blockchain? Well, you provided plenty of information on GOGOcoin, which is revolutionary in its own already, but perhaps you can sum it up and condense it into a couple of sentences.
Yeah, so a short version would be, I guess, that we aim to bring higher yields from DeFi to newbies who won't have to understand anything really about blockchain technology to be able to benefit from it. So I guess our experience in building user-friendly fintech products comes in quite handy in here.
Question number 19. Can you tell me more details on the IDO, the schedule and contribution for each?
So the GOGO token was launched in December, and the GOGO token is now tradable on QuickSwap and probably quite soon also on other exchanges.
Okay, and the last question for today for you, Garry, is are there any exciting news or updates with regards to GOGOcoin that you would like to share with the users?
Yes, so next on the roadmap is definitely the launch of yield optimizers for blue chip tokens such as Ethereum or Bitcoin. and also NFT staking for the GOGO token, as well as USDC pools, as well as building version 2 of our website and app.
Nice. Okay, that wraps it up. The 20 questions from the community to you, Garry. Now it is your turn to ask your 6 questions back to the community so they can earn additional rewards. But before that, guys, if you saw your question on the screen, that means you are one of the lucky winners and you can claim your reward by following the instructions down in the description box. Garry, whenever you're ready, please go ahead one by one.
Okay, sure. So I guess the first question would be, if you actually read our live paper, you should know this. What's GOGOcoin's mission? All right, second question. What tech are we building that unlocks the possibility of having a blockchain-centric product with world-class UX? Next question. What is an NFT smart vault? Next one. Find our NFT collection and tell us your favorite character on Twitter. Next question. What blockchain is GOGOcoin on? And finally, what are GOGOcoin's English and Chinese Telegram channels?
Very nice. Guys, if you feel like earning additional rewards, make sure you do your research and provide the answers to those questions that Garry just gave you. And put your answers down in the comments below and we will choose the lucky winners as well. That wraps it up for today. Thank you everyone for watching. Subscribe to our channel, like this video, share it. And Garry, I would like to thank you for coming over to the interview today and providing these insights of your project. It was very descriptive and comprehensible. I hope that we will reconnect sometime in the future and do this again.
Thank you very much. Pleasure being here.